The top stories. Not even rain could mar Christmas in Queen's Park. 100 years and counting. The Christmas Day centenarian is feted as we also welcome new arrivals. And Ramdin rallies the troops ahead of the Boxing Day test. Welcome to Nation News for Thursday, December the 25th, 2014, Christmas Day. Merry Christmas to all.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. Your time, your way.
Christmas showers of joy came down Queen's Park, but nothing could stop the annual police band concert and national fashion parade. The morning got off to a slow start as only a handful of people were present at 7 o'clock when the band began its 2-hour concert. The numbers eventually grew, as you would expect, but rain sent patrons scampering on a number of occasions. However, the band's selection of Christmas favorites ensured they returned to the area near the bandstand. During the concert, band director Superintendent Keith Ellis handed over the baton temporarily to his retired predecessor, Christopher Atherley, and former Deputy Director Rudolph Holder. It was a special trip down memory lane for an audience dressed in their Christmas best. Just north of Queen's Park, some of the country's needy and homeless were being treated to a special meal thanks to philanthropist Carmely Matherin. Ms. Matherin said she usually hands out meals on Sundays, but she brought the day forward this week because it's Christmas. Governor General Sir Elliot Belgrave went visiting on this special day for a very special reason, to say happy birthday to the country's newest centenarian, Joseph Thomas Graves. He was feted with a grand party at Prior Park St. James. Also present were members of the Barbados Legion and friends and family, some of whom flew in for the occasion. Mr. Graves, a father of 5, was born in St. Peter but was raised in St. Andrew. The former army man and chauffeur also worked on the construction of the Bridgetown port. A visiting Canadian couple is singing the Christmas blues. The excitement over spending their wedding anniversary here in Barbados, where they got married 10 years ago, has quickly faded for Danny and Tula Skulak. The couple has been battling the stench and floodwaters from a property next door to Gentle Breeze Apartments in Worthing since December the 15th, just 2 days after their arrival. They say they spent upwards of $20,000 on this trip, $4,000 of which went into accommodation.
The swimming pool, the cesspool of sewage, raw sewage water that is backed up on this man's property because his pipe that ties to the main, the city main, is broken. Excuse me. The main pump house has a serious problem with their pumps where they're sucking the sewage. 1, they're undersized. 2, one of them was severely damaged and not pumping to full capacity. That's why the main sewer line is plugged all the way to Graham Hall. I know this because I was at Graham Hall last night. I have photographs of the new pump that we tried to put in to the pit to start sucking the sewage out, which was working last night at 11 o'clock when we got the pump online. And then we had gentlemen, the guys that work at the Barbados Water Authority, come here with a pump truck, and we were pumping the raw sewage here until 1:30 in the morning.
2 men on serious drug charges have been spending Christmas behind bars. 39-year-old Derek Goodridge of Goodland Main Road and Kevin Omar Brown, 31, of Lower Carter's Gap Enterprise, are accused of importing more than $1 million worth of cocaine and close to $100,000 worth of cannabis. They were remanded to Dodds on Christmas Eve when they appeared in the Bridgetown Magistrates Court. The pair were apprehended following an operation by the security forces at sea last Sunday. In cricket, West Indies captain Dennis Ramdin has urged his players to believe in themselves as they head into the Boxing Day test against South Africa at Port Elizabeth. Ramdin is also appealing for more consistency after the West Indies were beaten by an innings and 220 runs in the first test.
Yeah, it was more mental, we would say, because most of our guys got starts in the first inning, a couple in the second innings. We stressed on guys who were getting starts to go on and kicked on for a big 70, 80, or if you're closer to the 100, once you get to that mark, carry on so that the team wouldn't be under pressure or anything like that. Our bowling department, we need to bowl a bit fuller of these pitches. These guys play pretty good with the short stuff. So So having said that, we're going to try to work out those areas consistently.
And finally, tax collectors in Russia have apparently discovered a good way to get people to pay off their debts by threatening to seize their cats. Local news sources have reported on several instances in which the felines were eyed as collateral when their owners refused to pay up. It seems the owners tend to pay up because they can't bear to be without their pets. And that's the Christmas Day edition of Nation News. For more, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. And get the Boxing Day edition of the Daily Nation on Friday. And please continue to enjoy the holiday weekend.